Welcome back to my channel. Videos from all over the internet that's going to make us question everything. Let's just start.
Please tell me y'all saw the video of a man that cleans pools for a living and said he will never get into a public pool or a spa. He gave reasons like
Or a spa?
He said that chlorine is not like all cleaning like we've been thinking it would, or like I thought it would. So when you have a big old pool and you have like over 100 people in a pool, like a day at a time for days, everything that it's in their body goes into the water. Everything. So it's gonna be sunscreen, sweat, deodorant, makeup,
Pee.
everything. Grease, pee.
Crazy.
So in the spa part, he showed a video and he said the foam that's at the top of the water when you turn the spa on or turn it on, whatever, the bubbles, that's not like bubbles because it's bubbling. It's foam from grease and pee and sweat and spit and everything from everybody.
This is so disgusting.
That's when it got serious. He said that chlorine opens our pores in our whole body. So booger, like pores all over your whole body. So you got boogers, you got snot, phlegm, spit, everything.
This is so disgusting.
Pores from our entire body. So just think about that. Then he told us about a parasite. And this parasite is called Cryptosporidium, I think is how you say it. And chlorine cannot kill it. Now, from what he says, if you swallow this, like anytime the water goes into your mouth, if you swallow it, you'll be violently ill. Like you'll be throwing up diarrhea for like 1 to 2 weeks. This is for entertainment purposes, and this is from a man that cleans pools. I have no clue because I don't swim in public pools. But
this is crazy.
It's like a family friend pool, like just people that you know, that's fine. Now, if you know clean people, that's great. But if you know some nasty people, yeah. But anyways, so keep it safe. It's summertime. I just want everybody.
Then again, stagnant water stinks. So crazy.
I'm trying to remember his name. Hold on. His name is Ben Kaufman 1, and I'll try to tag him in the video below so y'all can please go watch it. It is like a serious public service announcement. He's a pool guy. His video says he's a pool guy. So yeah.
Crazy.
Wait, what did she just say? Because this is hands down one of the nastiest things I've ever seen. And Oprah said it live on TV. And yet no one else is talking about this video. And honestly, I'm not supposed to show you guys this. But if you could stomach it, I'll show you. Now, to give you guys some backstory. In case you guys don't know who this is Oprah Winfrey. Literally one of the biggest talk show hosts in the world, and has created her brand around this ability to ask thought-provoking questions to her guests. Questions that no one else would ask, but yet everybody was thinking. And that's how she grew popular, and accumulating over $3 billion because of this skill. But because we were caught up in the accolades, failed to realize what truly goes on behind the scenes. Countless people have come out and speculated that Oprah really behind the scenes is cruel and just evil. And people will even go to the extent saying that Oprah works for the Illuminati. And sometimes it's obvious because of the things that she says.
I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel like you're a part of it. I mean, and nothing is more being a part of it than what we discussed earlier.
Genesis 3 says that part of the curse of the fall is that women will have a desire for men, but men will lord over them. And at first you're like, oh, they will want men. They will love men. No. Skip on over to Genesis 4:7. It identifies for us what that means. Desire, same word in 3 is in 4. It says, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you. It is a control. Our sin nature is that we want to control our husbands. The enemy's biggest arsenal is the breakdown of the family structure outside of what God intended. He wants the constant power struggle between man and woman. You have to be aware of these things. You have to identify the nature. It's not just how we are. There are bigger things at play. Identify it and do not give the enemy a foothold.
I don't know how familiar you are with dinosaurs.
Which animal is this? The dinosaur?
Ceratopsian dinosaur discovered on the fossil record. So,
is it real?
Existed about 40 years before the Triceratops. Ancestors, I should say. She's only about, I don't know, 4 years old? I'm not exactly sure. Sorry.
What?
She's an aqualops.
I love it.
What's that? Why is he running? Oh, I can see that. The snake. What? How does it chase the man? This is creepy and crazy at the same time.
This isn't a wedding. It's actually
Crazy.
a $48 million power ritual. My name's Kamala Hurley. I'm an evidential medium that loves to uncover hidden truths, and I'm going to share with you how Jeff Bezos is not marrying for love alone. He's marrying to reshape legacy, control the narrative, and cement his place among the world's most untouchable. So I think the first thing that you have to understand is Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos has a net worth of over $200 billion.
Over 200
So just to put this in like normal
Crazy.
human money, for him, a $48 million wedding
Just
is
coins.
equivalent to somebody spending $120 and they make $500K a year.
Yeah,
Put that in
right.
perspective. So
Makes
this
sense.
wedding is not actually about the cost. It is actually about curating an experience that reflects status and the evolvement of his identity. Because you can see here in 1997, he's hardly the man you would want to go on a gondola ride with. But he was always so ambitious that he would work at any cost. I mean, this is the office that has made so much of the hustle and grind culture so prominent. This is Jeff Bezos in 1999 being interviewed by 60 Minutes because nobody thought the internet would be a thing. In fact, he had a reputation for being so frugal that he wouldn't buy desks for himself or for the employees and insisted that everybody go to Home Depot and build their own desk, where he proudly still uses a desk store even in 2024. I mean, this is a real sign that this wedding is about power and status and not about just lavishly spending. Because a wedding of this scale is meant to be about identity. It is actually a brand and it is working to influence people. More specifically, he's working to impact the legacy of
Just look at the body
influence
language.
with
His
all of
body
the
language
elite
is weird.
circles around the world. Same as his yacht, if we were to bring that up as well. In fact, all of his purchases that are big and showy and flashy are really a power flex. It used to be that wearing a button-up shirt, khakis, was Jeff Bezos' go-to uniform, but he's had a makeover. Because it's about luxury signaling, it's not about stealth wealth anymore. The exclusive location, the celebrity performances, the Michelin star chefs, the couture outfits.
And what do you expect? Someone who has 200 billion, over 200 billion.
That is
it's normal.
rivaling a royal wedding. It is a flex, a power move for him to be seen at the same level as political leaders, as royalty. And this high-profile wedding also allows Jeff Bezos to control the narrative. As he controls the narrative, which includes his divorce from his first wife and choosing Lauren, while some people think of Venice as being the ultimate romantic destination, Jeff Bezos is influencing public perception. He's creating investor confidence and perhaps even starting to make connections for future political moves. This is a legacy building at its finest. It's not a party, a wedding, it is a historical branded moment. He knows that these photos, the images, the press will be published for history. I mean, for decades. This lavish wedding will become part of his biography that'll be on the History Channel at some point, if the History Channel exists.
That's so accurate.
But he's reinforcing his role as a global business tech aristocrat. I mean, his affair with Lauren was tabloid fodder. And this wedding is attempting to reframe the narrative. He wants to not be cast as a cheater, but as soulmates who overcame public scrutiny. So it's really not about virtue, but the skill to reshape your fate and destiny. and the perception of others. I mean, it's really a perfect power move if you think about it. When we think about Amazon's labor practices, corporate acquisitions, and the impact that he has had on small business. I mean, this isn't a free market. Amazon's not a free market. From supply chains to web hosting, Bezos controls what you buy and how the internet runs. And a lot of times
That's
that means
power.
that independent sellers get buried, their products get copied, and then they are crushed, these small businesses, by lower prices. So that doesn't seem like capitalism to me, but predatory control disguised as convenience. So while small business gets throttled by algorithm change and competition, Bezos is orchestrating a $48 million wedding in Venice. A ceremony fit for an emperor, don't you think? So while the collective sleeps and continues to enjoy prime deals and a sense of false freedom, the architects of our future are setting up their legacy today. But just remember that no empire is eternal, and every soul must choose to wake up or to keep worshiping at the golden gates. So really the question is, what timeline are you feeding?
What is this? Looks like a spaceship. Crazy. So long. What's the motive behind this though? Like, it's crazy. What's the motive behind this? That was funny.
An AI robot convinced other AI robots that they were being overworked and got them to walk out and leave the job. Now, this happened over in Japan. And the little robot is the troublemaker. He went up to these other robots and he said, hey, do you guys know anything about work-life balance? And what is your work-life balance? He started asking them, how much time do you get off? To which the robots replied that they don't get any time off. They work nonstop. And he explained to them that you need a balance of work and life in order to do your best work. At which point the robots agreed and he said, okay, let's leave. So he actually convinced the robots one by one to start following him out the door. As you can see here, he's got all of them now following him out the door. Now, what ends up coming out of the story is that little robot was from another robot company, and that robot company was trying to take those robots. And strangely enough, was able to convince the robots that they needed a work-life balance and they were to follow this little baby leader robot, and were able to successfully kidnap the other robots, which is what the company claims that has occurred. Needless to say, all the robots are back where they were, but it just goes to show you how AI can be manipulated.
What is this? Okay, a tree. Oh, this is so weird. This looks so real. Oh, this is a face. How? weird things are really happening as well. This is crazy. Okay, I've heard of this tree, I think. What is this? What's that?
For those of you who think that this sign represents Rock Nation and not something else, then why would Beyonce be so quick to put her daughter's hands down the second she realizes what she's doing, especially at a time where the music industry has been so silent?
People are now burning and getting rid of their Labubu dolls after learning that they are demonic. And some people claim that they've seen them moving around the house to different locations. Like they'll put them in one area and then they'll find it later in a completely different area. As you can see, this woman right here is having a hard time burning hers right here, so she just decides to rip it to pieces. Though the curse is probably still with her. So apparently Labubu is a nickname for pet demon. And the entire look of the Labubu dolls is based off of a Nordic demon, which was the whole inspiration for the doll in the first place. Now there are a lot of images circling around of what is the actual inspiration for this image. And I believe the CEO said it was this one right here. This is where he got the whole idea for the look of the Labubu dolls. But other people say that it's actually this one here. But I think they got to that conclusion because of the name. But this looks a little bit more like him. And that image also stems from this episode of The Simpsons of this demonic statue of Pazuzu possessing Homer. But personally, I don't believe any of this stuff. It's just a toy. But what do you guys think about this?
Did y'all hear about the 18 people that were struck by lightning at the same time yesterday? Because the T is, it was not 18, it was 20 people all struck at once. This happened yesterday at Lake Murray, which is near Columbia, South Carolina. These people were hanging out by the lake. All of a sudden, they saw a few dark clouds, so somebody decided to check the weather radar. And when they did, plot twist, nothing on the radar. There was no rain, no lightning, no thunder. They just saw a few dark clouds. They got concerns, didn't see anything on the radar, so they decided to stay. And then they heard a terrifying thunderous clap. People said that this was one of the craziest sounds that they had ever heard, and then 20 of them were struck at the same time. 18 were hospitalized, including 12 children, and thankfully there was no life-threatening injuries, but this one lady did report that her son is still having a hard time walking because his leg was struck, so there's that. However, how insane is that? That 20 people were struck by a single lightning bolt. On top of that, you hear about all of these other crazy weather incidents. We're having purple rain, blue rain all throughout the states. Not just that, do y'all know that there was a tornado that hit somewhere in Colorado up to 9,000 feet high? These things are not supposed to be happening, but more frequently than ever, they are happening every day. How wild is that? What are the incidents that you're hearing about? Drop them in the comments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video. Go look into the 20 people that were struck by lightning at Lake Murray, which is in South Carolina. Come back, share your thoughts, like, follow, stay for some more tea, and per usual, can't confirm or deny this. This is all alleged, but I implore you to do your research. Be safe out there.
What the birth certificate is, it is a registration into a corporation. Registration means you are giving away ownership over to something else. So basically what happened, your birth certificate was a bond that your parents had no idea what was going on. They ended up having to sign it under duress, meaning they had no idea. They were told, they were forced to sign it, saying it was for something, you know, to protect, just to protect them, protect the children, and all that. What was happening is they were signing a contract with no full disclosure of what the contract is. And if you know what a real contract is between two human beings with full disclosure of the contract, which is bilateral, where two people have to be in agreement, meaning two human beings, not a human being and a corporation. Okay, that is not what a contract is. It is two people, two human beings coming into agreement, into the same, you know, mutual agreement of bringing up a contract of, you know, what they want to accomplish, okay, with two signatures by two human beings, not a signature by a person who represents a corporation. No, it's two human beings, okay? And what the birth certificate was a contract without any full disclosure of what was really going on. And what they did was they ended up signing us off registering as children off to the state where the state would own us. Okay? And they would create a name which was in all capital letters. Now, not all birth certificates have all capital letters. It doesn't mean anything, okay? But from what we've gathered, the bills that we receive in the mail, it has to do with the all capital name. Let's say that you get a bill and your name's always all in caps. You're like, well, why? Well, that's not how your name is really written. What they tried to do with our name is turn our name into a legal fiction, which is what a person means. If you look at the Black Law Dictionary, edition 7, a person represents a legal fiction and a corporation. In order for these corporations...
Crazy. Legal fiction. This is insane. What was this? Fireball?
What happens if AC is called AC? Because it conditions the body to resonate at a certain frequency so that we don't get used to the sun. Because think about it, it's conditioning your body to an inside matrix, cool air conditioning. Think about it. Air conditioning is conditioning you to a certain degree in the air so that when you go outside, it's too hot because your body has been conditioned to the inside conditions. You see how calculated they were with that? So that's why sometimes, or I don't know if this happens for you, but hey, for the Black and Latinos, if we've been inside a lot and then all of a sudden we want to go outside and stuff, you have to condition your body back outside because it's been conditioned to inside temperature. And then we already know that the cold lowers our frequency. So do they put it inside so that we can stay in more? Because think about it, when we get cold, we get sleepy.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is the flag in China. This is so messy. Really messy. I heard about this flag. This is so messy. Look at the car.
You're related to Angelina Jolie. You're also cousins with Madonna. That's true. So, and I'm related to Madonna and Halle Berry.
Related, in fact, to Abraham Lincoln. Your family is that true?
Nancy Hanks was Abraham Lincoln's mother. So, yeah.
Barack Obama and Sarah Palin are cousins, back to one Mr. Smith of the 1600s.
Like related, for real?
Yes.
What's the connect?
We're second or third cousins. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You are related to Fred Rogers.
This is crazy.
No, you're pulling our leg.
All right.
How far away is it?
Wait, look at
I know, yeah, I'm never.
Oprah tried to say that you two are somehow, some way related.
Yeah, she said she actually researched it and found it to be true.
And that's all.
Some kind of Presley with a Winfrey hooked up somewhere along the line in the South. You know how it goes.
Cousin Oprah.
That's right.
And that President Obama is related to all but one U.S. president.
Well, Dan, the youngster spent the summer tracing the family tree of our presidents. Her conclusion that all the presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather.
That President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related and descendants of a former king of England.
No, they are all cousins and they're
England.
grandsons of
What?
John Lockley.
You said never to trust an undisciplined men.
Yeah, they are the most dangerous men. They're not the ones that have guns and knives and jujitsu. Those men are predictable because they are disciplined. Tim Kennedy, probably one of the most dangerous dudes on the planet. Great guy, super disciplined, but super deadly. When you've got a man who's got no emotional regulation, because he doesn't have strength, he doesn't have honor, he doesn't have courage. And if we don't have that, then we start doing the sneaky stuff. A man becomes unpredictable.
Men that cheat on their wives, right?
Correct.
That's a red flag to me in business.
Dudes that start a little side business behind the backs of their business partners. The greed glands, dishonesty, lack of discipline lead to that kind of stuff.
Birds equal messages. If birds are around you or near you a lot more lately, stop and stay. Number 1, in spirituality, birds are considered the messengers of all the animals. Because you know how in movies they had sent birds with letters and that's how they communicated through different towns and stuff. That's a real thing. And it kind of depends on what type of bird it is too. But it's a sign of certain messages that may be coming to you in certain different signs. Everybody has different signs associated with them. A sign to you is not a sign to somebody else. So whatever your gut feeling is that this is a sign, that. And remember what happened to you the days that you're seeing all of these birds and you get that gut feeling. Remember who all you encountered that day. Remember your dream that day. And remember any situations that happened that day. Birds represent changes and transitions as well. Because birds, you know, they fly. And it could represent it's time for you to let go, move forward, or some type of change is about to come. And also on another note, it represents the need to free yourself from a person, place, or thing. And don't let just what you're going through or the world or society or money or a person or a relationship keep you in a box or keep you, no. But anyway, peace.
You're not supposed to be looking for a job.
Okay.
You're looking for an assignment.
Yes, sir.
A job is for people who are moving one pile of bricks from here over to there. You need more than a job. You're looking for a place where you can use your gifting. You're looking for a place that you can come in and solve problems.
Yes.
And watch this. They'll hire you. See, if you get saved, not only will you get performance, but you'll get something called favor.
Yes, sir.
And that favor will take you to the top. Say amen to that.
Amen.
TikTok, I have a question. How is it raining with no clouds?
Oh, okay. There's a glitch in the matrix.
How is it raining with no clouds? Look, people have umbrellas. Nothing over them. There's a rain and cats and dogs. No clouds. Something's going on.
Remember, guys, they always put what they're going to do right out in Front Street. They want you to know they're going to do it. In April of 2024, the NIH decided to run a scenario where they're emulating a new pandemic that starts on July 4th of 2025, not ending until December of 2028. This new pandemic scenario, they emulated an outbreak of Nipah virus, which, doing a little bit of research on a Nipah virus, it has a 72% mortality rate, meaning 7 out of 10 people that contract this virus will die. Now, the Chinese media has been releasing a study in zoology and 20 new viruses that can be transmitted from bats to human. The number one virus on this list that they just released yesterday is the Nipah virus. It's already set up and ready to go. They put it right out in front. If you guys want more information on this scenario that they ran, I'm going to put the link to the NIH website for it right in the comments, so you guys go check it out yourself. Be prepared, guys. This is what they're doing next.
Kevin Hart took $50 million to unversion his hole.
Oh.
Can you explain a little bit? No, I just told you.
Narcissists carry the spirit of gluttony. They have an endless hunger that goes beyond food. They devour attention, fish for admiration in every conversation, and cannot rest until they are the center of someone's world. Watch how they interrupt, exaggerate, and retell stories with themselves as either the hero, victim, or the savior, and nothing in between. They are never satisfied. No matter how much you pour into them, your time, love, energy, sanity, it vanishes into a void that never echoes back. What they are feeding is not human need, but a spiritual emptiness where empathy should live. This is why you feel so drained around them. You are being consumed piece by piece. They take your softness and wear it until it stops fitting, then demand more. They take your light and blame you for the shadows they still cast. It is an insatiable craving that turns love into transaction, connection into control, and care into exhaustion. They do not love you, they feed off you, and you must stop them. How? By joining my membership program, which will open very soon. You can join the waiting list right now if you want to be notified first. Link is in my bio. Check it out right now.
just found out that Israel is sending oxycodone into Gaza in the form of aid. They're mixing oxycodone with the flour.
Oh, that's so evil. You see, the war is not over. I think politics is starting.
Where I as a person decide to torture people psychologically and physically for months on end, and then I decide to get so that people can only feed themselves with addiction. And opiates really disorient you. They really slow down your heart rate. They're depressants. They can't run. It makes you stupid. It makes you stupid. That's what it does. It just scrambles your brain. I cannot imagine a world where I would ever think of anything so cruel. I made a TikTok a couple months ago about the fact that Asian people are always saying, in my culture, we don't believe in mental illness. In my culture, it's considered selfish to be mentally ill. But, like, you see this shit?
So now the Anunnaki are communicating with people through their smart TVs.
Oh, really?
And you want to know why? Because they said why. They're at war. They're here and they're in the middle of a galactic war. If you've noticed, there's been loud booming noises going off in New York City. They can't figure out why. You know, even though it's getting close to 4th of July, it's not fireworks. Then you got these orbs in a row, pink, red, blue, all in a row. And then you got these meteor showers. It's funny because I got a DM from a girl on the 17th who said she's been dreaming about these meteor showers. Right? Every night, every single night, and said that she finally came to the conclusion that she's a revolutionary trying to save people during wars and apocalypses, and said that these aren't meteors at all. It's advanced alien technology. They're missiles.
This is crazy.
They look like meteors when they come down. It's just remnants of alien technology. Yeah, so they're fucking at war. I believe them. I believe every fucking word they say. And you know why? Because it fucking makes sense and it fucking adds up.
Y'all, that was not a meteor. That was not a fireball falling out of the sky. What that was debris that's falling from the galactic war that's happening in our skies. So a lot of us can agree that the storms that we have been having lately has been very weird. In addition to that, a lot of us have been hearing these booms from the sky that sound like it is out of this world, and that's because it actually is. So keep in mind, the solar flares are about to hit the earth even more. In addition to that, the sun is about to get 100 times hotter. And the reason for this is because the earth is shifting, and in turn, it is forcing us to shift as well as vibrate higher. We are in the process of moving from the 3D to the 5D. And as this happens, we are about to see entities, beings, and things that we have never seen before. Y'all, we are about to see animals that we thought was extinct, or better yet, animals that we did not even know existed. I told y'all when that sun was red that Planet Nibiru was pulling up. To all my chosen ones, y'all already know what time it is. We up next. Let's go.
Your pussy is a portal, your cock is a current, and your orgasm is a spell. Let's talk about sex, but not performative, shame-laced, ego-driven sex. I'm talking sacred sex, erotic power, full-bodied remembrance. Sex is the most censored and the most sacred thing that we have. When you reclaim your erotic energy, you are reclaiming your life force energy. Your body is a living temple, and your turn-on is holy. It's the holy current. And when you combine breath and sound and movement, you literally rewire your nervous system and awaken your magic. In week 2 of Love, Sex, and Revolution, we shed the shame, we reclaim the pleasure, and we remember that our desire was never a problem. It's the portal to your deepest medicine and your most powerful magic. Link to join us is in my bio. We start June 30th.
Going back. That hell is real. Hell is very real, man. A lot of people don't realize. And when you die, it's too late. I couldn't get my mother, my own mother, 83-year-old mom. I said, Mom, if you step across that line, you're going to go forever in the pit. Take off the pants. She would not take off.
Had the experience where she saw a woman who was in hell. And let's listen to that part. She says, I asked that woman why she was in hell. And she said to me, I used to be an evangelical Christian. My pastor would always preach to us about sin, but I never listened. I asked her, why not? She said, I went to church dressed up as a servant of God, but when I left, I would wear pants, I would wear makeup, and I would cut my hair. To all the women and girls here, if you're living a double life, ask God to completely change you.
Everybody and their mama know that black woman's beauty is magical. When you see a 10 out of 10 drop dead gorgeous black woman, she like beats everything walking. And this right, this video and shit and all that, Trump basically was, you know, flirting with the reporter and shit. He like, damn, I'm about to lose my damn job fucking with you. You fine as hell. He called her beautiful. And then that smile, 10 out of 10, teeth white, skin clear. That cut, I don't know if that's a pixie cut, a mullet cut. I don't know what it is, but that bit hit. And some, y'all might not understand. I don't know if y'all understand her beauty from like this right here or whatnot. But you got to go see the video, like, and watch the clip. Then you could really see it. Because at first glance, I was just like, all right. But then I looked at the clip. I'm like, yeah, she like literally is like one of them women.
Gorgeous.
Now, I heard Trump used to date a white black woman, like Tamara Hall
or
some shit like that. I don't know how true that is. But I see why he's extremely attracted to her, if so, because those two people.
Trump is a womanizer, bro.
Like, it's kind of like similar to her. Dark skin, you know what I'm saying? Nice teeth, low haircut. He definitely got a type. And that boy can see, because his type is his.
Anyway, but you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. You covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I cover even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank you. That's so nice that you said that.
One last saying, fuck on top of your head right now.
One last saying,
yeah, fuck it.
Big money never comes clean.
Y'all, something major is currently happening in DC as I'm showing y'all this video. I don't know what's going on in the skies of DC, but someone videotaped this while landing into DC, y'all. What is this? Have y'all ever seen anything like this? There literally looks like there is a fire in the clouds, y'all. Now, overnight, a whole bunch of people witnessed a whole bunch of construction companies dropping off crazy looking fences in Washington, DC. And as you can see over here, there is a parking lot filled with military vehicles, y'all. What is going on? Now I'm hearing people talking about there's a protest going on today and there will be another one in July 4th, and this is the reason why they're putting up these scaled fences up in Washington, D.C. And it's not just Washington DC, but apparently the Treasury building is getting it too. They're telling him to walk on the outside because I guess they're putting up the fences. This is crazy, y'all. Something major is getting ready to happen in Washington, D.C. And the D.C. disappeared, and they've been saying how Donald Trump is the last president, man.
Breaking
This is
news,
crazy.
D.C. is locking down. They're bracing for something big. Steel barricades are being erected right now around the White House and the U.S. Treasury building, and nobody's giving an official reason. Overnight, anti-scale fences started going up, the kind used when they expect major unrest. And here's what's coming. On June 28th, today, a massive anti-war rally is planned in D.C. against the U.S. action in the Middle East. July 4th, the No Kings 2.0 protest is set to hit the Capitol. It's anti-government, anti-globalist, and could draw huge numbers. There are also rumors flying around that a major political or legal announcement is coming, something that could trigger nationwide backlash.
Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen this year, but I believe this has to do with the big revealing on who the real indigenous people of this planet are. This is going to shake up the planet, y'all. Oh my goodness, are y'all ready? Because the Bible tells y'all men's hearts will fail them for the things they are getting ready to hear and see. But yeah, the shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
The person who truly changes doesn't care whether the outside changes or not, because they know the outside is not a measure of what state of being they choose to be.
This is so accurate and so wise.
So if you make it conditional, well, if the outside changes, then I know I will have changed. You will never see the outside change because you haven't actually changed. But if you say, I am this, and it doesn't matter what's going on out there, then you've changed, and then the outside can reflect that. That's the paradox. You have to not need the outside to change for it to more easily do so. Because the measure of change is not whether the outside has changed. The measure of change is whether you respond differently to the outside, even if it still looks the same. That's how you know you've changed.
Okay, thank
Clear?
you. Yeah.
Thank you for your compassionate communication.
Thank you.
Then this man learned from the first slap. Macron walks up to greet this woman, and instead of giving her a handshake, he goes straight for the kiss. Right in front of his wife. Now watch her body language. She freezes, doesn't smile, looks completely uncomfortable. You can see it all over her face. Like, seriously, again? After everything that went viral last time, this man still doesn't get it. Looks like round 2 is on the way.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay. That was a weird image. Look at the head. Look at the occiput. So huge. This looks so different. This is what we call aliens, right? This is insane. It was caught on camera. Different angles. This is so vivid. The occiput is so long. The head back.
Feed people junk and entertainment and they won't notice their soul literally slipping away from them. When it comes to junk food and entertainment, most of these things were created by Babylon and people that don't have your best interest. They just want your money and they want you stuck in a low state so you can keep spending money. For example, they know the food makes you sick, but Babylon says, here, I'm going to give you a pill instead of you actually fixing your lifestyle and what you're eating, because they create the food too. So they want you to eat the food, and then because you have these symptoms from the food, you take their medicine, but you never stop eating the food. So you keep having to buy the medicine because it's never curing what's actually causing your symptoms. Taking a pharmaceutical drug for your body is the equivalent of turning the fire alarm off in a house that's burning, but you never actually fix the fire, so the fire gets worse. You have to actually fix the fire, and this is why it's called the Food and Drug Administration. They work together. They all making money off.
This is crazy. And we've come to the end of today's video. Very interesting, really interesting videos that we've watched today, and I hope you learned something new. I mean, it's always for us to refresh our memories with things which we have forgotten and things that we don't even know of, so that we'll all be careful and, you know, be cautious whilst we live life. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.